Hello everyone, my name is Nitin Sharma. I'm CCIE Data Center certified and having 6 years of corporate experience, and for last 2.5 years I'm into the training industries joined with the NetMetric. So this particular slide is basically about CCIE Data Center version 2 and what are the new updates and what are the new lab equipments are there. What's new? So if I'll say that with the introduction of the ACI, Nexus 9K and many other SDN components, Cisco will be testing the candidate's knowledge on the latest skills technology, which is broadly classified under various domains. So what are the domains? Let us understand that. So in this particular slide, we'll see that the domain comparison between CCIE Data Center version 1 and version 2. So here you can see that CCIE Data Center version 1, we have 6 domains. You can see that Cisco Data Center architecture, infrastructure with Cisco NXOS, storage networking, data center virtualization, unified computing system, and application networking services. What's new in the version 2 is they have clubbed the storage networking plus unified computing system, and they are calling this as a data center storage networking compute. They have removed the Cisco application networking storage over here and included what? Automation. If I'll just make it on the blue, they have just included what? Automation orchestration and evolving technologies over here. So what has been removed? So domains like application networking services, which were focused on the products like ACE and WAS, which is called as wide area application services, has been removed. Meanwhile, which has been included is what? Evolving technology, which includes cloud and ACI, which has been added to the version 2 blueprint. The same thing which I told previously, storage and compute has been refreshed and combined into a consolidated domain in version 2 as the data center storage, networking, and the compute. This one. If I take you further ahead, so what are the things present in this particular data center version 2? First is what? Cisco Data Center Layer 2 and Layer 3 technologies. These are the technologies with respect to the Layer 2 and Layer 3. What are the technologies? If I'll say that the VPC, VDC's technology, STP will be the same, OSPF, EIGRP, all are the same things over here. And ISIS protocol, your IGMP, all the things will be there in Layer 2 and Layer 3 technologies. What's new has been added? Your LISP, VXLAN, EVPN, and ACI, that is called as a policy driven services. These all other things has been added. So this is what the layer 2 and layer 3 technologies, it is included 27% in the lab exam. Next is what is the data center network services. This actually includes your what? LB, load balancing. You'll be having your vPath, which is a feature, advanced feature of what? Advanced features of your Nexus 1000B. We have ITD, that is called as Intelligent Traffic Director, and we have what? Policy driven layer 4, layer 7 services. Next is what? The third domain is data centers, storage, networking, and compute. This includes 26% in the lab, 23% in the written examination, and this includes actually your all about FC, FCOE, and UCS components. Fourth one is data center orchestration and automation. They are actually gonna test us on UCS Central or UCS Director. These are the two things. What is data center fabric infrastructure? This is all about your ACI. This is all about the ACI, policy driven networking, and evolving technologies, which actually includes your cloud or SDN technology. They are just testing in the written examination. There is nothing as such in lab. You can see that it is not available. So all the detailed, in detailed manner, all these topics has been discussed from the Cisco Learning Network. You can go to the Cisco Learning Network and find all the detailed version of this. So topics that are no longer covered, we'll see that. So the topics which is no longer covered is your implement data center applications, high availability and load balancing, plus FCIP feature, which I feel like it's a good to remove feature FCIP because it's now been obsolete from many of the companies. Next is the lab equipments. We have version 1 as well as version 2. I have done the comparison between version 1 as well as version 2. What are the comparison? Let's see that. First, let me tell you what are the things which are common. So if I'll say that the Nexus 1000V, which was present in version 1, same is present in version 2 also. Fabric interconnect 6248 fabric interconnect, here also 6248 fabric interconnect is present. The same blade chassis of for Cisco UCS, the same blade chassis is present over here. And last is dual attach JBoards. Here also in version 2, dual attach JBoards are present. You can see here. So if we look further ahead, what is new updated with respect to the lab? There is no MDS at all now. This MDS is gone. 9222I, goodbye. The new things that catch my eye in the update for the next generation is Nexus Fix, that is 2348 as well as 5672 UP. This is a device which supports Ethernet, FC as well as FCOE. That means it's a unified platform is there. The servers has been refreshed as well as you can see that the M4 blades are there now in the chassis, and Imlex mezzanine card they have removed. Instead of that, they have introduced the VIC 1340 cards for the B series. This is VIC cards, virtual interface cards, which they have introduced now. So apart from that, if you'll see that, now my favorite part, the networking gear update up to 9Ks. You can see here Epic cluster. We have spine and leaf. So we have Nexus 9Ks are there. Nexus 7K is also updated to Nexus 7004 with SOUP 2E. So previously we are using what? 7009. Nexus 7009 was present, but now 7004 with SOUP 2E. Now when SOUP 2E, more VDCs are there. I can write it here. More VDCs will be there now with F3 module. So previously what was happening, we have the M card as well as F card. I'm glad they have removed this because of the complexity of having to remember which line card had what capabilities. Usually what happens, F card supports your layer 2 and M card supports your layer 3. So they have removed this thing. One card which supports both layer 2 as well as layer 3 modules. So this is all about the lab equipments. You can see that. So all our maximum or the devices has been replaced. We have 9Ks, we have 7Ks with the new SOUP models and F cards. We have new 5K unified ports are there. New Nexus FX is there, 2348. Nexus 1000V is same, but what's the difference? We have changed. They have changed actually the version, software version, and that's the next slide. So the software versions are for with respect to the Nexus 7K, 5K as well as 9K is all running with 7.x. For 1000V, they have gone to 5.x. Previously, it was 4.x. So UCS software release fabric interconnect, that means UCS will be running on 3.x version on. I believe this is 3.1. Cisco Data Center Manager software, that is 7.x. Epic for ACI, the version is 1.x. UCS Center for automation and orchestration, 1.x. And SIMC, this is for CCIE servers, right? The version that they are using is 2.x and UCS Director with 5.x. So these are the software version which is there present in our CCIE lab. If I move further ahead, this is the most controversial change which I'll say that in this particular CCIE data center, that is diagnostic. But before diagnosing and discussing about the lab, you need to clear your written. CCIE written examination. The written examination is actually a 120 minutes and the code for the CCIE written is what? 400-151. So this is your written exam. So you need to clear your CCIE written exam in order to give your lab. Okay. Now, once you have cleared your written, then you can go and book your lab from the Cisco OLSM website, and there is no prerequisites as of now for the CCIE written. That means you don't have to do CCNA, CCNP, and then only you can write CCIE data center. No, there is no prerequisites. You can directly go and write the written examination over here. Once you have cleared your written exam, you are passed. Then what are the things you have to give the lab? Now lab is actually divided into two portions. Part 1 is diagnostic, part 2 is configuration and troubleshooting module. So the new diagnostic module is actually consists of what? 60 minutes. The length is what? 60 minutes. Okay. And it actually focuses on the skills required to properly diagnose the network issues without having any device access. So you can see that there is no device access for the diagnostic. So if I'll say that real-time experience is certainly the best training to prepare for this particular module. We have another thing for 7 hours. We have remaining 7 hours. So CCIE Lab is actually total 8 hours exam. In that 8 hours, 60 minutes, that is 1 hour is reserved for the diagnostic, and another 7 hours you can do the configuration and the troubleshooting, in which you have to actually take the access to the devices. So once you are cleared in both diagnostic as well as configuration as well as troubleshooting module, then you'll get your CCIE number then only. Moving further ahead. So what's new in the diagnostic? Let's take a quick review on this. No devices are required for the diagnostic module. It is pretty much similar to your written examination and includes both multiple choice questions, drag and drop options are there, and even point and click style items are there. Major difference between the diagnostic module and your CCIE written is what? Diagnostic module contains a set of documents in a paragraph that the candidate must consult in order to be able to understand and identify the root cause of the issue pretended. So they will get one paragraph, you need to read that. Accordingly, the questions will be asked over there and you have to choose the multiple choice, or it could be a drag and drop options will be there. So diagnostic section consists of one or more independent tickets. Each task can have more than one question. So that means if 2 tasks are there, so each task will have sub options, that is sub questions will be there. Each question within a task is graded individually, which is very important to understand. It is possible to get task 1 question wrong, but if still your task 1 second question is correct, you will get a point for that. The goal is to reach the minimum cut score, but the cut score is not published and changes between the specific exam deliveries. Questions have deterministic answer. That means what is deterministic answer is, there is typically only one correct answer, but it could be a possibility that 2 answers are correct. That means multiple choice, multiple answers. You must sort through all the information and find the what is relevant answer and what is irrelevant. You can go back and forth between the tasks and questions in the diagnostic sections, and you can change your answers. But once you have done with your diagnostic and you have moved towards the configuration and troubleshooting section, you cannot come back towards diagnostic section. But whenever you are there in the diagnostic, you can go back and forth. So moving further ahead, what are the passing criteria? In order to pass the lab examination, candidate must meet both the following conditions. The minimum cut score of each individual module must be achieved. The total score of both the modules together must be above the minimum value of the combined score. What do you mean by that? Let's understand in the next slide. So I'm having actually 2 sections. You can see over here, diagnostic section as well as configuration and the troubleshooting. Let's suppose that diagnostic is for 10 marks as well as configuration and troubleshooting is 90. So the total score is what? 100. I'm having a minimum score for this is 4, and a minimum score to score in this particular configuration and the troubleshooting is what? 40. The cut score for the total lab is what? 75 that I have given. Now candidate number 1 went for the CCIE lab. He scored 2 points in the diagnostic and 78 he scores in what? Configuration and the troubleshooting. What is the total score? 80. So according to the CCIE, he passed because he got 80, but he is not achieved this cut score. That means what I'm trying to tell is here is he failed in one section, that is he scored only 2, he failed over here. Fail plus pass is equal to fail. You can see that fail plus pass is equal to fail. He scored 2 points, he failed over there, no matter he scored what? 78 in the configuration and the troubleshooting. 2 plus 78 is 80, he passed over here with the cut score, but he failed in one section, that's why he will not be clear the CCIE lab. The another candidate went, he scored 5 points in the diagnostic section, he scored what? Configuration and troubleshooting, he scored 45 points over there. Total is what? 50. He individually passes in both the section, but he is not able to clear the cut score of the total. That's why he is again get failed. He passed on both the module minimum score, but total is then less than the cut score. The third candidate clears the cut score of diagnostic, configuration and the troubleshooting, plus he passed the cut score of the total of both the modules. That's why he is passed and will get what? The CCIE number. So in this way, this is the passing of CCIE Lab criteria. So CCIE DC module, you can see over here. So Cisco currently operates 10 lab facilities at different Cisco locations around the world, and the detailed information regarding the start time and the direction to the facilities are available in the below link which I have given over here. So as if now you can go and write your exam in Brussels, Dubai, Bangalore, Hong Kong, Beijing, Tokyo, Sydney, San Jose and RTP. Remaining all are the mobile labs. So how to prepare and study for the things? Keep an eye on your price. That means be prepared to commit at least 3 to 4 months. And this is a rough estimation and it depends from person to person also. Some people usually go with 2 to 3 months. Few of them take 4 to 5 months. It depends how much dedication you are giving towards the preparation. Studying becomes a work and life commitment. That means I'll say that at least give minimum 2 hours in a day to prepare yourself for the CCIE lab if you are a working professional, and if you are a fresher, you can go give as much as time you can give. Home labs are available. That means Cisco has already given us the simulators for Nexus 1000V, UCS, and World is also available with the help of Cisco Titanium tools are there. You can do a practice on your laptop itself. But the only disadvantage, you cannot make the interconnectivity between the different devices because these are just a simulator. Hands-on experience is required. That's the only reason hands-on experience is required. You have to practice as many as time on the real racks. So plan your success and set the milestone goals and do what's needed to be done to achieve this particular target, that is your CCIE exam. What does it take to pass a CCIE Lab exam? All about is skills. So technical competency is there. We need the ability to do the technical things successfully and efficiently. Time management knowing, you should know how to manage your time, absolutely. Where to find information, the best thing about is this, you can find from the Cisco, always follow the Cisco documents over there. So I'll say that Cisco websites are there, you can go and find the white papers, you can read the blogs, you can see about the Cisco documents are available. So find your relevant information from the Cisco website itself. Why? Because they are the updated one. Attention to the details and troubleshooting skills. So if you are a technical engineer or any data center analyst, understanding the troubleshooting technique is a requirement and much desired skill for the industry. If troubleshoot techniques are about applying both the technician knowledge and logic to identify your problem, which is very important. That's why I've given the second weightage to the troubleshooting skills. You should know how to troubleshoot the particular questions. Next is what? Don't do it alone, boss. There are many other groups, forums and study groups are available. 95% of the successful CCIE participate in a study group of some form. Multiple study groups are there, and we as a NetMetric also having multiple blogs are there, blog sites are there, we have multiple forums are there, we have multiple groups in which the people about the data center comes and join and they discuss about the things. Ongoing groups are available, including the learning at cisco.com also, so you can join the Cisco groups also. If you can't team up locally, do it virtually, no worries into that. So if you still have any questions, you can reach us to our website at netmetric-solutions.com, or you can reach to Nitij at netmetric-solutions.com for any technical assistance. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video.